Hey guys, this is me bringing you my Trick House pools match 1 versus Lambo. Um I'm not doing a draft analysis or anything because it's relatively short. I mean, even if I get out of pools first, which if I don't, then it'd be simply 3 matches. Um then I won't it's like I don't know how many matches max. There was a lot of signups though. So it was like 200 something, I think, if I recall correctly. I'm not 100% on that, don't hold me on that. But anyway, uh, this is our first match. We're taking on Lambo. I'm pretty sure at this moment he's 1 0, which this is our first match, but he already played one of his matches for pools, so he's 1 0, I think. He took on Epic Vance. But basically, our draft is just Mega Gallade, Greninja, Selgor, Aromatisse, Steelix, Dragalge, Volcarona, and Rillaboom. You can see the 6 he brought. He had 2 more, obviously. He didn't bring Mamoswine and Lantern. I couldn't remember the last one for a second. But basically, my team functions around. So basically, the draft in general, it has bulk in Aromatisse Licks. Aromatisse provides wish support for Steelix, and even Dragalge can work as a bulky Pokemon. It spikes plus U-turns into Mega Gallade, and Volcarona to win potentially. So basically, it's Greninja for U-turn, Rillaboom for U-turn, Mega Gallade to punch holes, Volcarona to set up and win, Aromatisse, Steelix, Dragalge, bulk. Yeah, and that's it really. I just I'll go first. I already said spikes, but you see the 6 he brought. I expected Mamoswine. I did not expect Steelix, because like Steelix loses to my offensive core of Volcarona, Greninja, and Gallade. Loses to all 3 actually. So he might have been like Rock Move, Licks, which is sort of what I was expecting actually. Details about Trick House. It has a prize pool. So if you win, you get like $200+, which is pretty cool. But as far as I'm aware of, I think. But anyway, which is the only reason I'm participating really, just because there's a prize pool. I was like, hey, if I get up there for however I get up there, then but hopefully we should at least make it out of bracket or pools. That'd be nice, I guess. But I'm gonna get through Lambo, Epic Pants, and Marin Varen. I think were all of them. I know about the first 2, and then I don't know if Marin Varen was actually his name. I'm 90% sure it was. But anyway, basically, you see the 60 brought. My team is Bulka. Is it Swordshands or Bulka? It's Bulka. Because I wanted to take fake outs from Kangaskhan better. And I can set up Freer versus like Steelix. I'm Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Poison Jab, and Shadow Sneak. Greninja Scarf with. It's pretty sure it's just Scarf 4 attacks. Spikes, Selgor, it's Spadef, Aromatisse, physically defensive Steelix, max defense, and then a pretty offensive Dragalge. I didn't bring Rillaboom because it didn't match up well in my opinion. He had a Togekiss who pretty much hard walls. Not Dragalge. Dragapult pretty much eats everything it can go for as well, outside of knockoff. Drapion eats everything outside of high horsepower. Kangaskhan with fake out proved to be a problem. And then even like a Rotom Horse. I don't know where I got that from, but Rotom, who would have been proven to be a bit annoying as well. But anyway, obviously this is a more competitive tournament, so I'll need to actually like try hard in this, which I do try in my other ones, like this especially because I actually have a decent team. It's a bit weak to ice, but you know, a lot of drafts don't even have an ice type just because ice isn't that great anyway. Also, fairies are a bit annoying, which I'm only saying this because other people said this about my draft, but that's sort of why fairies were sort of why I got my dragon type was poison type, especially Jagaugi, because it was actually a really solid pick in my opinion. I think it was probably the best dragon I could have gotten. But anyway, lead preview. I am expecting probably T Spikes Drapion plus Specs Hex Dragapult, and then maybe Scarf Rotom. It's either Scarf Rotom or Scarf Togekiss. I'm expecting a bulkier Togekiss, but it could 100% be Scarf Trick. Still, that's 100% an option. Probably Power Up Punch Kangaskhan to help break through Steelix, and then just Rock Steelix. No Mamoswine means that I don't have to struggle with that Mon. Because my team does not swap into Mamoswine whatsoever. That's what I feel. I feel like that may have been better over Steelix on his part, but it could be Rock's Mamoswine, like Rock's Life Orb, but whatever. So, yes, I don't remember what I lead with. I lead with Glade. That's what I thought I led with. But I led with Glade because I expected sort of Kangaskhan lead, and if he forgot about and just fake out turn 1, I was 100% going to play Drain Punch turn 1. If he like forgot about Inner Focus Glade and he opted to click Fake Out, but it matched up well versus pretty much everything outside of Togekiss, and I had to be scared of Scarf, so I would have just swapped out. Even Drapion's okay. I don't want to stay in here though because again, this is kind of my win con. But it just matched up well versus his lead. I thought about leading Steelix because Steelix also matched up relatively well, but because I'm Earthquake Body Press, so I can't really touch Togekiss. I have Toxic too, but it's not as great as Heavy Slam would be here. But I'm fine with this set. He just gets his, or no, he doesn't. He Poison Jabs immediately. I thought about Earthquaking here, but I ended up just throwing off rocks. I thought he might stay in and click T-Spike, but T-Spikes are manageable because I have a Dragaugi who can just absorb them, so I'm not 100% scared. Basically here, I just click Body Press, I think. No, I click Toxic. Now I click Toxic, predicting the Togekiss to come in, potentially, or Rotom more so. I already had them on. Either one was safe. Steelix also a safe play on his part. But I'm just gonna throw off a Body Press here because basically I had two options. My team's also really weak to hazards because I don't have a remover. I'm pretty sure. Because my last are Volcarona and Rillaboom. Yeah, I don't have a remover on my entire team. But, which I need to think about later on. But I guess it's more centered around forcing them to have removal because I have Spikes, Selgor, Rock, Steelix, T-Spikes, Dragaugi. So, like, it's more centered around forcing them to remove. And if they don't, then they have to deal with that. That's my part. Anyway, he brings in Steelix. Steelix is actually a good play because basically my way to get rid of T-Spikes are go Dragaugi, but obviously this is not allowing Dragaugi whatsoever. I just have a Body Press. That reveals he's specially defensive, so I'm okay with this trade. Or he's more so not physically defensive, so. And so here, I think I just throw off another body. No, I think I throw off a Quake here. Because Quake caught Dragapult if he wanted to go in, and it still killed Steelix at 25. You have to go Rotom here. Good play on his part. It puts me in a tight position, sort of, not really. Because basically this allows in Dragaugi to get rid of the T-Spikes. I take rocks, but that's whatever. And at this point, I'm going to click Hydro Pump. No, I click Dragon Pulse. I click Dragon Pulse. I also had Hydro Pump, but I clicked Dragon Pulse because I counted and I knew Spadef Steelix still died. And even if it didn't, I saw it Sped, so it was fine. Here, I think he should... And he went Drapion. So here, my plays are either Steelix or stay in and click Draco. So I'm pretty sure I had a ton of people rooting for me. Because Brian's in the chat. Key is even in the chat. But was Sager? I don't think Sager was in the chat. But Lux was. He wasn't actually rooting for me. I think he was just watching. But anyway, I have two plays. I can stay in a Draco, or I can just go hard to Steelix. Draco was a roll to kill, so I was gonna go for it because basically this being weakened meant along with Tease is near impossible for him to break. Your only way of breaking it is Kangaskhan, which I have a Steelix for. So basically, and it didn't allow my Steelix to be knocked off. Which, if Steelix got knocked off, it was weak. I was weaker to Kangaskhan, so wasn't really a fan of that. But here, I don't get the roll. It was a roll in my favor, but I think he was a bit of HP too, so I guess it was probably a roll more even-ish. But I take the knockoff, which is fine. But here, I opt to go with Selgor. Because, no, I remember what it was. He was max HP. That revealed he was max HP, because he guaranteed died if he was no HP. That revealed he was max HP, and the damage on Dragalge showed that he was max HP, also revealing Black Sludge. Basically, here I know he's going to T-Spike. So then here I have two plays, because I have Encored a Selgor. So I know this, I have either two plays. I can Encore him into T-Spikes, but that wasn't as good as if he swamped. Therefore, I opt, and I know I live in knockoff at this range, because no, I'm not. I was supposed to say I'm decently HP invested, but I'm not. But either way, I know I live a knockoff at this range. It's just like 70 max or 69 or something like that. Basically, I guarantee live it. So I know I can take the knockoff, and Dragon doesn't get any priority. Therefore, I can either A, spike and then bug buzz and get the kill, or B, bug buzz immediately and then spike on whatever comes in. But I really wanted to spike up because spike pressured Dragon Ball and Kangaskhan more, and it put Kangaskhan guaranteed in range of body press from Steelix. So basically, I really wanted that damage. I know Bug Buzz still kills at this range, so I was not concerned. He has to bring in Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan was 100% his play. I agree with it. So here, I actually expect the fake out, because obviously that would get rid of the Selgor and he wouldn't have to take a fat Bug Buzz, which would be probably like 30, 40, something like that. I want to keep a Selgor as fodder, so I have to go hard Steelix, because Steelix, again, pretty much walls this thing, and he opts to go for the Power Punch. That's really scary, actually, because my way of revenging it would have to be Gallade, who does not appreciate Sucker Punch. If he has it, he'll live, I think. I actually don't count that, but didn't count that, but basically, after the Power-Up Punch, like, he's down, but he's not out. But the Power-Up Punch, if he has Earthquake, I think it was a roll to kill me. I think it was a roll after lefties. 75. I knew it wouldn't be. I was just doing it. It's a roll to kill me, and it's a roll in his favor, for the record. But if he has something like Aqua Tail, then I guarantee live it. So I'll take this. Basically, what would have to happen here if he had Earthquake and he got the kill? I would have to go into my Greninja, more than likely. Well, I have two plays. I can either sack Dragalge to get off the T-Spike, or I could then go into Greninja, take the T-Spikes, weaken him for Gallade, is probably more important than Greninja. Or go Gallade, weaken him, and then put it in range of Greninja. Depends on which one I find more important. I think it'd have to be Greninja, because Greninja has Gunk Shot, Ice, or Dark Pulse for his remaining 3 after the Kangaskhan. So at this point, it's really good. But here, he reveals the Aqua Tail, which is really good because I guarantee live that, and I get a body press off to KO, which puts me in a commanding position. And here I think about it for a second. So, the licks can still come of use, I think, because, like, my thought process is either A, I can just stay in a snag that, or B, stack my 100% useless Selgor. So basically, obvious choice, I just stack the Selgor, who's absolutely useless because it dies to rocks. Here I knew he wouldn't root. I knew he just hard either Flame or Air Slash. Probably Air Slash, just generally better. And his roll, it's not a roll, but it's flinch chances in his favor, 60%. So here basically I sack a Selgor to get in Dragalge. I had another play where I just go hard Dragalge, but if he was 0 special attack, it was a roll in my favor to live, So basically, I was gonna fish just in case because basically Sludge Wave like kind of confirmed me a kill. Dragapult got weakened, that which is his only swap. It put it in range of Glade Shadow Sneak. I was 100% okay with this basically. Um, but he kills me there. I'm okay with that because he can't get his T-Spikes up because Drapion's dead. Basically, then I bring in Greninja because I can just throw off a Gunk Shot here. It literally covers everything. Again, Dragapult taking the Gunk Shot was perfectly fine. I thought about predicting Dragapult there, but I realized there was no reason to. Because ultimately, if he took the Gunk Shot damage, it put it in range of literally everything. And I could just go hard on Matisse, who is still at 100%, has not came out one time yet. If he's physical, then that may be a bit annoying, but because Lix is really weakened at this point. But here, I throw off a Gunk Shot. It does 64 to Rotom, which is good damage, but it's not a kill. And here, I opt to go hard with Steelix because I was not going to risk missing and then losing my way of beating Scarf Togekiss. Because Scarf Togekiss could flinch down Aromatisse, while obviously I couldn't get flinched down with Greninja because I'm faster, even if he's Scarf, because I'm Scarf. So I save that mon there, and I just go hard Steelix. Sack Steelix again. I mean, that's good. Here I think it's okay. I thought I went Glade, which probably was better. Glade and Jab probably was better. Well, Glade and Jab was better, but my thought process was I could either take no damage or I could take rocks with Glade. I don't know. I thought about bulking up in 2, but I realized that Togekiss and Scarf still didn't die up +2 or +1 sneak, so there's no reason to go for it. I go Aromatisse because I thought about clicking Moonblast, and I realized just sack this because Moonblast didn't have a swap. But I realized I just throw off a Wish, Protect, and keep my Mon at 100%. He reveals that, and he reveals a T-Wave, which I would not have wanted. And then he goes for the trick on 2 Aromatisse, which is a bit problematic because basically he gets the lefties. Getting rid of the Scarf on it is really big because it means Glade now can just Poison Jab it, and I think he probably should have clicked Air Slash because I think he wanted to end game with Dragapult, which was kind of hard with a Greninja there, but that's maybe what he wanted. Basically, I just throw off a Moonblast. I go hard Greninja because I guarantee live this Air Slash, and I can start off a Gunk Shot. Or I thought of a Hydro Pump because it does more to Dragapult if he opts to go that. Because at this point, Dragapult's at 100%, so I wanted Pump damage, and it still got enough damage on Togekiss where Glade killed with Poison Jab, so it was just better all around play, and I miss. That's really big because if, he says my bad, or he says my bad, but it's not big unless Togekiss lives here. Then it's bad. But I go for the Poison Jab, and it kills Togekiss, therefore it did not matter whatsoever. Because Pump wasn't killing anyway, and if it did, then it's actually probably worse for me. It probably wasn't worse, but if you take a... it's probably worse for me, worst case scenario, for him to die, but Jab kill, so no problem. He's down to Dragapult. I have Shadow Sneak. It reveals the Cassib Berry, or Cassib, or however you say it. Which Dragapult's at 77. He doesn't really have a way of killing Aromatisse. Maybe stealing, like a stealing crit, would be the only thing. But he goes for the Phantom Force, and Moonblast picks off the Dragapult, and I win 1-0 versus Lambo. So we won our first match of pools. It was a bit of a tough one. In game, I probably played a bit rocky, but I still got the W. But yeah, as long as we pull out, then we're good. But it's also a long match, or it wasn't long like turn wise, but a lot of the turns took just a bit because you can't see it in the chat. It's a lot of because we had timer on, which I think it was perfectly fine. But if it started running low, I would have asked for turn it off. But I think both sides played relatively well. Obviously, I beat him, but I think he played his win con. I think he played his in game better than mine, but at that point he was already too far behind to win. I think is really what it came down to. Um, like my in game was, I would say safe, but I don't think I played around the Togekiss properly. Yeah, I don't know if I played around the Togekiss properly, but I got the win, so can't complain too much. Uh, but anyway, went over first match of pools. I've played this one, and I haven't. Basically, matches are due 20th, maybe. It might be 20th. It might be 22nd. It might be something like that. But once I get all my done, this will be going up Sunday, I think. Yeah. Unless I want to double upload, I might do a double upload just because I haven't posted in a minute. No, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a double upload. This will be going up at 5, 6. I don't know which is better. Probably 6. I mean, you would think earlier the better, but like not really because basically like late night you need something to watch, and like if you see it at 5 o'clock and you're not watching it then, but if you're settled down at like 6 o'clock, then you're ready to just watch something, and then yeah. But if you see it at 5 o'clock and you're actually busy, you probably won't think about it later. Blah blah. I don't know. It's just ramble, but uh yeah. I'll probably have a double upload, and the next round will be going up the day after. I got pinged on Discord for something, but yeah. I will see you guys in the next match of pools.